course, I guess you want to kind of keep your
Right.
gun stuff under wraps, don't you, Scott? You don't want to be
Oh yeah,
showing.
no, we're good. I won't talk about guns anymore.
Okay. Well, no. I like talking guns, but
Well,
yeah,
no,
I guess
maybe not
it's,
openly on the internet.
yeah.
I'd
There's
rather
no point.
if I
I
need to,
know.
I'd rather
I got a
surprise them.
little queasy about mentioning guns. A lot of people don't want you to talk about guns.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've been surprised. People that I thought would be unnerved by it are like, I can see why you'd want one.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunately it's just
Well, it's interesting. It's one of those things that, for whatever reason, it's a typical psycho target is to say, I'm just going to go in that church where everybody's sitting around in their pews and start pewing.
there was,
And
there was a shooting at church Sunday.
yeah, and it's like that's a good spot to have a gun. Look at
These-
this. These shelves
These
of
are,
what?
these are all miniatures.
Wow,
This is only one closet, Phil.
I can imagine.
And I got the boxes up there. I don't know if you can see them. They're all filled with mostly plastic and resin.
Mhm.
I have a collection of because I'm an adult nerd. I have a collection of dinosaurs, which I've shown on the show.
You
I
showed me that one magnificent little
Yeah.
thing you got.
Yeah,
there.
they're works of art. I think
Yeah.
they're hand painted.
Who's the
So,
manufacturer of your
No.
dinosaurs, Mario?
What's that?
Who made the dinosaurs? What's the
Oh,
brand?
there's like 10 different companies.
Oh, okay.
10 different companies.
Japanese typically.
No, German. The
Oh.
Germans are the best craftsmen, at least
Oh.
in terms of not a racist remark.
Uh-huh.
In terms of these, especially on Etsy, they make it's spectacular. It's like I don't want to ever. I got to sculpt just for love because there's no commercial future there for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, these guys, and I know that even back then, back in the day when Ralph Partha was.
Yeah, look at that Tyrannosaur. There's the duckbill.
No, that's oh God, what is it called?
What is it?
The Spinosaurus.
Spinosaur. Oh, it's that. That one they invented.
Is
together.
this clear?
Fairly clear. I mean,
Yeah,
it's trying to adapt to your
dark.
lighting in different corners.
I've been trying to get over here, but of course I couldn't do that on the other one.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mario, you started to say even when Ralph Partha was doing
Yeah, they were using microscopes. I wish
Oh,
I wish I had learned this stuff in the beginning. I didn't learn it until some of the tricks until 10 years after I was doing it. So this is
There's your work area. Look at that.
this work area here.
Now you've got a little this queen or whatever on top there. That's to keep dust from settling on your fresh paint.
Exactly, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Oh, look at that. There's
Okay, now
Cthulhu.
you remember the movie? There's a mixture from that movie with the cone monster.
Yeah. What is that
Silly-
called? It Conquered the World.
Silly
Yeah.
face. Making him.
Yeah. Paul Blaisdell,
There he is.
the mighty Paul
Not
Blaisdell.
quite finished.
but you don't cast these, do you?
I haven't cast it in a while.
Okay.
But you sculpted it.
I sculpted that. Yeah.
That is
Oh, yeah.
pretty groovy. That is awesome.
Now here's okay. This
Oh,
guy's
wow.
pretty cool.
That reminds me of the creature in the green slime. It's got a
So
lot
yeah,
of
it's
the
like,
same.
Cthulhu,
Green.
big jaws, a lot of tentacles.
Green Slime is an underrated movie. It's pretty good.
I've never seen it.
It's got a great theme.
See, my Colombian mastodon is coming along very nicely.
Oh yeah, wow, that looks great.
Understand?
Yeah, that needs to roam DC.
I made a giant out of this Star Wars guy. It's not quite finished, but I made a giant out of him because he's a
Cool.
giant.
Well, what do? You're kit bashing then, huh?
In this case, I am. Yeah, and I often do. Like here, like this was an elephant.
Uh-huh.
This was an elephant.
Oh really? Nice.
Well, that's like Star Wars. They did a little makeup on some elephants, and
Yeah.
they were ready for an alien world. Yeah,
Based on
cool.
this guy. It's not.
So
this isn't quite
you
finished.
cut his trunk off?
I cut his head off.
Oh,
Off with his head.
cut his entire head off just for an armature.
And
Okay.
this is a vehicle that didn't come out too well yet, or it may never come out well. Still being worked on. Let's
Mhm.
see if I can get this over here. Oh yeah, this it looks terrible.
Let's see.
And it's not painted.
Oh no, we want to see the work in progress. Oh, that's cool. I can see exactly where you're
Yeah.
going with it.
Kind of cool.
You know, they're
Except,
under
yeah, the bubble
it's
The
loose.
bubble needs to, yeah,
Have to
get
get-
over in properly.
Yep. And I showed you those. Okay.
Scott, I think, has expressed a desire to get out the hot glue gun and do a few things himself.
Well, you
I-
can't sculpt with glue.
No,
Yeah, I've messed around with it, but never. There's not
You
enough
want
time.
to get the green epoxy.
Yeah,
green epoxy.
Well, it turns green after it's yellow and blue.
that's too far.
And
Epoxy.
and there's a warning on it about cancer, so be careful.
Needleite,
Needleite.
needleite,
Yeah.
blue,
Oh,
yellow,
need it
epoxy,
tight.
We use a gray at work, a gray epoxy. I don't know.
putty tape. So you put that together, and how long is it workable?
It's workable for about an hour.
About an hour. That's plenty of
And the
time.
first half hour is the best, of course.
And then you
yeah.
got something you can sand and scrape, and
That's
that's
correct.
groovy. That's
That's
cool.
right.
Will it stick to itself after it dries, Mario?
Yes, it will. It does.
So you could do a figure.
So that's
Yeah,
like
cool.
silicon.
Head, you cut the head off and put on a new head, and it would
Silicone.
stick to it.
I have this is because I've been doing this for so long, but this is like this right here, this basket
Mhm.
is filled with heads.
You're ready to kit bash all over again.
Well, I
Yeah.
have plenty, I've done plenty of that. That's how it started when
Yeah.
I started playing, because they never had the right figure. You always wanted
Yeah.
something they didn't have. By the way, I still didn't finish showing you the miniatures.
Have you seen that movie Mad God that what's that
Tippett.
guy's Phil
Phil
Tippett Phil Tippett did, because
No.
he's a mad maker of models.
I put categories on them too. They have categories.
Oh, that's good.
You
Mhm.
can see them now. But I got well over 5,000 of these things.
Oh, I believe it.
One more thing.
75-year-old man in a deep crouch. Look at him go.
Okay. Yeah. I exercise. I do. We
Yeah.
do a little yoga every morning. So
Sure.
Oh, that's good. Michelle and I have been stretching some. It's helpful. Helps me
Mhm.
in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
to get up.
That deep crouch, there's nothing much better for you than to be able to achieve that. Yeah.
good. And I
And
also
Ellis-
walk. I walked today. I walked
Yeah.
over a mile.
Ellis,
Mhm.
my grandmother, when she was alive, had in her house had several of those big, I don't know what you call them, like shadow boxes, like people that collect thimbles will put in there. And it
Uh-huh.
was filled with miniatures that Mario had made for her.
Look at that. You need skulls.
You are not a true nerd until you have your skull.
Oh, I've got a few sitting around here.
Yeah.
I've got one that's covered up with old latex. Yeah, latex, where I just dipped it and I had some extra latex. And it's cool. Oh, I can go grab that. It's because it's rotten. And since it's on a full skeleton, it looks kind of cool. Let me
What is that, Mario?
I got
is
this. I was going to say, I got this, believe it or not, in the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul.
really.
Really?
Yeah, I've been there.
What's it made out of? Do you know?
Some kind of metal.
Well,
It might be worth a fortune now.
I did buy some rugs over there too that were very expensive, ridiculously expensive, but they're beautiful and we still have them.
Were they very tarry and everything?
Ari, what does
Yeah,
that mean?
I mean, gooey,
gooey.
Rugs?
like
that are-
tar.
The
Rugs?
rugs. Rugs?
What do you call that when you smoke that tarry
You mean
stuff?
opium or something?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, he bought rugs.
Oh,
What did you think I said?
oh, okay.
Rugs, rugs.
You said drugs.
Oh no, no. Are you kidding?
I bought some drugs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
if
want
you've
to
ever- if
rot
you've
in
ever-
a Istanbul in a Turkey
Yeah, I was
jail.
going to say Midnight Express. If you've ever seen
Right.
that movie, that'll break you from the idea of Istanbul and drugs. They take you and hold you. They put you in like a stock, and then they swat the bottom of your feet until you're ready to go insane
So you
from
confess,
pain.
you confess to anything after that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess they figured out that's where the nerves are at in Istanbul.
Yes, the nerves are in Istanbul.
Made that building. That's actually after Mobius. This
Oh,
building.
that's cool.
Yeah,
I like the hand on the front there.
It's from Black and White, I think, but that was the Mobius building I copied. That's
Well,
a Prodicus.
there's that dinosaur you showed me. Yeah,
I made this mixture of, Roman and Egyptian. I mixed them together to do a little building there. I did that building.
Didn't you have a show of miniatures that you made somewhere,
I
Mario?
had, yeah, well, yeah, several of those, several shows. Now I'm
Of
looking
like
for
ancient civilizations.
no,
I will be right back.
just sculpting. It was about the
Second.
sculpting actually. Now let me see. I drove him off, didn't I? I drove Ellis
Well,
off.
Ellis stepped away. I think he had to pee. But hey, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember, but I remember when I was young, we went to an art show of yours at a school. I don't know if you're,
Oklahoma.
yeah, in Oklahoma City.
I had a show at the fairgrounds.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. It was at a school, and I've tried to.
Painting. Oh, I did have one at the school. Yeah, that's right. I had a couple of shows in Oklahoma. Yeah. You see that? There's my
Oh,
masterpiece.
that's cool.
You see it? I don't even know if you can see it.
I can see it.
Wait a minute. It's the little thing on stilts. There.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, kind of a little cabin-looking thing.
Yeah.
So, what is that specifically?
That's me.
That
You know the stirs? Well, it's a structure
I,
on
I
tilt.
better not get in that mode. Hey, what are you guys talking about? I'm sorry, I was away for a while.
You weren't that. You missed.
I see it. Okay.
Nothing. But there, I was just this. Yeah, that's my favorite. I think I spent the most time detailing that. But you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
how it works. So I did that in college. That's like a wind elemental. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah. I see.
Need a position. There's part of a cave. Wait a minute. What? Very hard to position this with one hand on a place.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's
I'm back.
pretty much what's happening. Sorry, Ellis. Welcome
Oh,
back.
no, that's all right. I'm sorry I missed a little bit of the tour. Oh, you got some lighting now. Yeah. Cool.
Broke out the flashlight.
I could go
There's nothing
solo
to
again.
Oh yeah, this would work better now, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I see the Moebius color scheme too now. Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, there's some. I'm trying to build a future city.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, this whole table here is.
Oh, wow.
This is to build buildings.
Uh-huh.
I've collected over the years. That's been there, and I haven't really gotten around to it. So
You,
that's
you
another.
do you use a lot of foam core and stuff?
I have a lot of foam core. I've made foam core buildings.
Uh-huh.
Now I got to get this back. And I was thinking about the game, the RPG.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's no reason why you guys can't draw until you have to roll a die.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, we could do that. We could go back to doing some drawing as we work.
Yeah.
For that matter, have the cameras. That's missing out here. I don't have a good base for pointing my camera at my drawing table, which is what we used to do. Out here in the living room, I don't have it. Hey, I'll show you my deal here. This is what I was looking for. See this guy? He's all covered with latex, which makes him about twice as gooey looking.
Okay.
It doesn't show up as good as I'd like.
What was the latex for, Ellis?
Well, the latex actually, it was a guy was making his own Wolverine costume, and he had poured a bunch of black pigment into this perfectly good latex,
Okay.
and I used it to just dip this guy. He's got a little stick up through his middle to hold him as an armature.
Yeah.
He's got one arm that's fallen off, and so I just leave it down here at the base. Like this guy's just been stuck up on a spear and
What was that
rotted
originally?
away.
I mean, what was it originally?
Well, it's a little off-the-shelf skeleton, and
But
you
was
know,
it like an art thing or just a kid's
no,
toy?
it's a fairly cheap little skeleton
Oh, God.
that you can probably get around Halloween. No, I think maybe it's a little more of a skeleton than that. There's
I
pretty
always
good
go
lighting.
through the cheap stores, the plastic, the toys.
Yeah, that's
Can't help
not
myself.
much beyond a toy. I mean,
I get what you make of it is what you
Mhm.
make of
Yeah.
it. I've done that. I've gone through like we have a dollar store here, and it was $1 until last year when it went to 125. But everything in there was $1.
Yeah.
Well, from China.
Right.
yeah, that dollar store, that's an antiquated little title for all that stuff when you get in there these
It was
days.
amazing that here, where the prices are fairly high, New York has the highest prices. I mean, I couldn't
Mhm.
believe the drop in the grocery prices in Connecticut from New York.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And even upstate, and I'm talking about upstate. I lived upstate.
Right. Yeah. Not in
I was
New
the
York
country.
City.
I was in the country.
that's
New York City is crazy prices.
mhm.
Yeah.
The stores
Yeah.
are smaller, and everything costs a few bucks more.
Got to
Yeah,
got to tax that everything you touch.
Well,
It's got to be taxed to cover that overhead. On
So our friend that used to live in New York, I guess she's got another apartment, but she used to live off of 72nd, I think. What street's the Dakota on? Do you know, Mario?
I do not know.
Okay, but you know the Dakota where John Lennon
Yeah.
lived.
Sure.
So her building was right next to that, and stuff in her neighborhood was crazy. But we used to go to when we go up there. There was a little grocery store called Pioneer off of I think it's off of Columbus, and over there, and we would go in there, and it was amazing how small the grocery stores are up there
It is.
in the city.
what do they call it? They call them bodegas or what?
No, that's only the Hispanic ones.
Okay.
Now they have regular grocery stores, but not very many of them, and they're small.
Yeah.
But they pack a lot of stuff in there.
They have like good. What is it? Good Foods. What is it?
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods. Good
Yeah,
Foods.
that's Whole Foods. Our friend,
That's
she
a
likes
big-
to go to
that's a
Trader
big
Joe's.
place. That's a big place. That's pretty big. Like a couple of floors, and then there's another one too where we used to go eat kind of healthy food.
Oh yeah.
But the restaurants are great.
Yep.
And you can't fool around. You can't open a store and be second rate in New York because the competition will eat you up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about our enthusiasm for Emily Blunt, and one of the best New York movies is The Devil Wears Prada. Have you seen that?
Me?
No. Me and
Yeah, she
Mario
had a
were talking about.
She had because it's Meryl Streep and what's
Yeah.
the other one?
Blah, blah, I know.
Played
What's her name?
Catwoman. Played Catwoman.
Yeah.
Hathaway.
Yes, Hathaway. Yes.
That's right.
How'd you know that? I haven't seen her as Catwoman. I don't know. Oh, I guess she was in the big deal one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With Bane. With
I saw her at
Tom.
the convention. She's really tall. I mean,
Yeah.
like, really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that guy Tom. What's his name?
Yeah, that played Bane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's great. The guy that played
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
One of my favorite
Rakowski.
actors. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did good at that.
Max Rakowski.
What?
That's
Okay,
his whole name, Max Rakowski. Mad
Okay,
Max.
so we didn't progress any in the game last week. Not that we're on a time crunch
Go
at
ahead.
all.
You guys go ahead and advance, and I'll watch you.
I'm not pushing it.
Yeah,
You guys aren't into it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
Well, I think we should get started. Do we have enough going to get started? Do you think, Mario?
Let's start.
You you both know who your characters are. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send
Okay.
you an article from the game that'll
Okay.
get you your setting. Okay, so you have two professors. You have to figure out why are they meeting together. Let's figure out why they're meeting at the and I did change the name for the games, but let's call it Miskatonic University just for simplicity. And
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. It is some of the setting from Call of Cthulhu mythos, and there's elements of that certainly. I incorporated a different way, which I will roll out, but the names aren't so important. So I'm not going to give you the Indian name that I came up with for the university that replaces Miskatonic University.
So what is your professor? What are his? What does he teach, Ellis?
You both have a professor at the university.
What does my professor teach? Let me look it up. I've got it written down. It's
Should.
been a while though.
So mine's a
I did.
professor.
I sent Scott. I sent you some information about your character, your hero, Oklahoma Smith.
Yes.
Ellis characters PDF. I'll tell you all about it. And I got something called Hero Sheet. Is that what you would have sent me?
Yes.
Hero Sheet. I'll open that up too. Oh, well, that's something I'm just supposed to fill out. Okay. I guess I haven't done it yet. My professor is named Dr. Thomas Toons Thomas, scientist, photographic memory, chemist. He sings super high notes. Now, this is when I was under the impression I was giving them almost powers, to play around with in their world.
You have a little
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. And he is down the line from being the main player, though. He is Vincent Viper Malone. Do you want me to just turn him into the doctor? He was a master of stealth, hand-to-hand combat.
I gave you a sheet where you have a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a professor. We rolled up a professor.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Thomas Toons Thomas. I have him with three double first name or double last name, however you want to look at him. Tom Thomas, doctor. So go ahead.
Okay. So Oklahoma, this is how the tie-in, because Oklahoma Smith did tangle with Torhast, okay?
Okay.
And you've heard the name the Black Star.
Okay.
So that's your lead. And Miskatonic University is known for having a huge occult library. What time is it? How much time do we have?
Oh, I don't know. We've been live for 23 minutes.
40 minutes.
Okay.
35 minutes, something like
All
that.
right. So you out of ironic happenstance, you both get your other characters, your main characters, get a message from your professors saying that there's some information that we'd like to share with you, especially because Oklahoma Smith has shared information about his encounter with this character, Torhast, and the Black Star. And evidently it's a cult.
A cult.
Okay.
Yeah, so you in your past adventures, you tangled with this cult, this Black Star cult.
Mm-hmm. That sounds very pulpish.
Not you don't know what exactly they're about, but it's some occult.
Something's going on. There are sinister undertones.
And I guess your main character, Ellis, was drawn in by your professor.
Okay. All right.
He's saying, you're
So my shadow-like guy, kind of shadow-ish. He's an uncanny knack of reading people and sniffing out lies.
Mhm.
And he's stealthy, and he's got silenced pistol and throwing knives.
Doesn't he
that
work
helps
as
him
a
any.
detective?
What's that?
Doesn't he work as a detective or something?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So-
Vincent Viper Malone. Yeah.
So your professor, who is an ally or old associate of his, on
Uh-huh.
you can think up old cases if they, within reason. Nothing world shaking because it it wouldn't work with the world. So as long as it's a localized thing, it can be anything.
Hmm.
And if you want if you want supernatural, I can provide details that fit into a
I
story.
like that idea. Sure, yeah, sure. Well, it's interesting to have someone hack into what is just basically there. Yeah. They're just names now. Got to flesh them out.
So you guys are converging on Miskatonic University.
Okay, that's
Okay.
where we meet, huh?
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the university and find Professor Eaton because I want to talk to him and let him know and see if he's found any clues about this black star
Mm.
and see what's up. So I guess I'm gonna go in and find his office and see if he's available or if he's in class or what he's doing.
Now you're talking to your own character, so you have. I can provide outside information. So they have some tomes. They have
Okay.
tomes, and in the tomes, they've run across references to the Black Star.
Okay. So I go and I knock on the
back.
door, knock on Eaton's door. Eaton says, "Yes, come in." And I open the door and he says, "Oklahoma Smith, it's good to see you." And I go, "Same for you, Professor Eaton.
All right.
Have you found anything out? I've heard some more about the Black Star. I thought I was in the neighborhood in the area. I thought I would swing by and see how you're doing and see if you've got any more information." And he says, "I have some books with some information."
Which you're going to have to study on your own.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'm going to get this.
Ah, cool. Mysterious. You want me to solo you?
No. Don't.
Ah, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Just want to set the mood. The mood.
Yeah.
Cthulhu rules. No. Okay. Let's.
Okay, I'll turn some lights out.
All right. It's
There we
Halloween. Count Gregor is my name.
Count
Actually, what
Gregor.
I need to do is send you. Let me put this light on here.
I couldn't find the thing you sent me, by the way. Sorry.
I've got it all in one file. So.
I'm getting warm again. This activity is.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a lot of insulation for trying to.
Oh, it's cold up here. It's 29 last night.
Wow, it got up to about 90 today here.
Yeah.
So, but it cools
I
off tomorrow.
remember that. But I do get overheated very easily. I have low blood pressure, so which has no effect, no connection.
I'm not
to
sure what my blood
what we're
pressure is
talking
at one time.
But I did want to get. Let me get this. Okay, I'm gonna. Can you entertain yourselves for a few
Sure.
moments? I'll send you an email.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
We can do that.
So you're going to send us emails, okay? Yeah.
We can do
You can just wander away or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Did you walk?
Let me-
Did,
Oh,
you walk
or you can work. You can work in front of the screen.
did you walk today, Ellis?
I did not. I decided it was lawn mowing time, and I did a lot of that kind of stuff. I got in the backyard, and I was going to wait for Big Trash Day to take care of a big old limb I had, and I said, "Nah, I'm going to break that, snap that up into bits, and put it in Little Trash Day, which is tonight."
No, gotcha.
So I got all that work done.
I put my hammock up in the backyard.
Oh, cool.
This week. Yep. I decided it was nice enough.
You'll have to get a laptop like Mario, and you can stream from there. How difficult do you find it to figure out that you could stream from your laptop? I mean, is it just really straightforward? It's obviously,
It's like a desktop.
yeah. You just went right for it. It makes me want a little laptop, I guess. Except I like that. I like the feel of a desktop or adding tools to it and stuff like that. Oh, he can't hear us until he gets his headphones on.
Well, he's busy.
Yeah. He's sending you something. and maybe me too, as far as
Yes,
I know.
both of you.
Both of us. I'll check
Okay.
my mail.
New mail. Hasn't gone out yet.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll have it open though.
I could.
I wasn't prepared because I didn't think you guys were, we just barely touched on it. And you didn't do your homework, so,
No, I didn't do my homework.
Yeah, no. We're sorry.
I've been crushed, really, to tell you the truth.
It's really bugged you. It's obviously important to you, and we ignored it. Sorry.
We didn't ignore it. I brought it up. We just didn't get
Yeah,
it
yeah.
the first time. Well,
Yeah, speak for yourself, Ellis.
That's right.
Okay, I will send, let's see here. What should I call it? Update. Let's call it update.
so is Dinosaur Puns done?
Pretty much.
It's on the edge. It's I've got to get together with Mario in a session like this, and we'll share a screen where we nudge the type around, I guess, and then we're done. He's got to do a credit notion. He's got to give me some text for credits and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And
Intro.
Then, yeah, intro. Yeah, do a
Oh, yeah, right.
dedication.
Well, you need to tell the history of that and how it's
Yeah.
percolated in your brain for.
How many pages do you think you need for afterword on that? Because I'm wondering if you shouldn't, if you should or shouldn't go overboard on going afterward and telling about the origin and all that. It's up to you. It's
I
your
think a little
project.
bit of that is good.
A little bit, or yeah, sure,
I could do those pages.
sure, yeah. I jumped on that idea. Yeah, do those pages. Just send them along to me.
You,
Okay, now, okay, let's see what I'm. Speak among yourselves.
Okay. Doing so, I tried to
Well,
convince
what else?
Mario.
what else you been up to, Ellis? Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to think about finishing off DL and Odious the way it needs to be done, which is to do a Kablam comic book with the artwork.
Oh,
But I want to do like an add-on extra 10 panel part where it wraps the story, because I leave it on a high note, like it was a big cliffhanger, like I was planning on doing years of them.
Yeah.
And then instead, I want to fast forward to this like discovery that just changes tone and style. And I've seen Von Bode do that for his character Cobalt 60, where he decided to do a follow-on story that was just totally different than what he'd introduced in Wits End, or wherever he first put that out. And I'm going to do the same thing where I just wrap him in a totally different style, and have fun with that.
Well, that's cool.
How about yourself? You've got what's your attitude now about your AI company?
Oh, I spent over the weekend. I spent a couple hours on the phone with the billionaire.
Oh boy,
The
oligarch.
He's got all kinds of things going on. We got our movie got entered in the contest. They got it done. I mean, literally, it was. She entered it. I swear, she entered it 15 minutes before midnight. But it got set off, and supposedly it's entered. And now we wait and see what's going to happen.
Sometimes you can be disappointed on that kind of stuff, and people can get back with you on things like that and say, "Sorry, we won't be able to fit this one in,"
Right.
because there's a big scramble for those kind of spots, promotional kind of things.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they won't get back with me because I didn't send it in. So I'll just wait and see. If I hear something, that's great. And if I don't,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to anybody on the team this week hardly. The guy did tell me that he wants a trophy. He wants to start his own AI film festival. And now you got to remember, it's the guy from MTV. So think of like the MTV awards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants a trophy made for him. And so I got him in contact with the salesperson. I warned the guy. I gave him the whole load. I said, I got to tell you this story. You're not going to believe it.
Yeah.
So I gave him the fast version of the story. And I said, if you call him, you'll be on the phone for an hour or two.
Hmm.
I said, I would try and do as much as possible by email. And he said,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
he said, I'll let him know. He said, he said, when I talk to him, I said, he's interesting to talk to, though. I said,
Oh, I bet.
but he said, well, he said, when I talk to him, I'll let you know what I think about him. And I said, okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'd be interested, because this is the VP of sales at my work.
Uh-huh.
And, so we'll see. I don't know. It's one of those kind of deals. Every time I work on something, I think, well, I'm not going to hear from him ever again. And then I hear from him and we got another project going. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I've been trying to draw a lot this week because I've kind of neglected my comic book.
Oh, I've been neglecting my drawing. Oh, awful. Yeah.
Well, and I'm feeling it. I feel super rusty.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot done this week, but I just feel like I'm struggling with it more than I should.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we got
Yeah.
email.
Okay, look at the emails.
Oh, we got emails. Okay.
Update, muhaha. Mahaha. Mar. Yeah, I know what you mean. Mahaha.
Oh,
I can't do it all of a sudden.
I think I have this. After all that, I think I have this.
What the world knows about the MU expedition to Antarctica. Dinky little type. Am I supposed to read that?
Yeah, you got to open it.
Yeah. I'm all right. I've got it open. It's one page, right?
No, it's two.
Two. Okay. Let me close this one on top here. Close.
It's a PDF.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I got it. Let me put it on a continuous scroll. There we go. That makes it bigger. Da. Yeah, should we read this for our audience? Who's got the best narration voice?
It's long. I'm not reading it all.
Yeah. Are you scanning it?
Basically, there's an expedition.
Went over the South Pole, so it's got the old hidden land thing that Burroughs wrote about, probably.
I think you should read what's here, and then you'll know what's there. Well, I guess when you can know.
Yeah. I see. 14 specimens. Are we going to sit here and read while we are
Yes.
doing our show? Okay. Guess we can
I'm
do
about
that.
done. Are you
Oh, you're about done?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, go ahead. You can be the detail guy then. He jokingly named the creatures the elder ones. I saw that part. It's at the top of the page. What happened? Why are you waving? Oh, Mario must have accidentally knocked himself out. Look at that. He's waving.
I don't see him waving.
Well,
Okay.
that's what you get. That's what you get, Mario, for sending us something that distracts us. And then I couldn't tell when you crashed
That's,
out.
I heard your discussion, the part where you hate me and you think I'm an
You heard
idiot.
that. Okay.
Okay.
We thought you were off.
I was off. That's a bad thing about this laptop. It's a new technology. My computer's like 10 years old, my Mac. So
Yeah.
this thing is like every time I touch something
Yes,
happens.
it does something new. Yeah, I know that
You got
feeling.
that new Mac, so you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get some of that.
It's like, quit that. That's what my response to it is. Quit doing that.
So you got several directions. So, that's what happens when you get to the material right there about the expedition that failed, and basically that's it. It's an important expedition, and God bless you. And
Thank you.
they think that there's some tie to the Black Star.
Okay.
There's
So
a-
this
there-
failed expedition somehow is tied to the Black Star.
they're reading a language that is not familiar to scientists in
Okay.
this university, let's say,
Mhm.
and they specialize in the occult. There's an
Yes.
occult department, and
Yeah, and my professor he is a professor of ancient languages.
right. So
So-
he's studying these tomes. There's several, and I have a list of them, by the way.
Okay.
which I can send to you.
So
I keep it general. We don't want to get bogged down in detail that is unnecessary.
yeah.
But there are tomes, and I do have titles, and we have subject matter. But just we'll lump them together right
So
now.
how many tones do you have, Professor Eaton?
You're Professor Eaton.
I know, but I don't know the answer. Oh, I have 37 tomes.
You can send me some questions, and I can, do that.
Okay. I will.
Oh, is that how you do it? You desert your own persona and act like Mario's got the answers, so you're acting
Well,
like you asked him a question.
I'm playing 4 characters.
Yeah.
Ideally, I
So
would ask
I
Ellis.
have a setting, and you guys are sort of, in a sense, actors actors playing
Mhm.
parts that you
Playing
invent.
several
So,
parts.
improv. It's improv, which you've
So
studied.
where,
Kind of
So,
once.
yeah.
so where is
Well,
Ellis?
you know what it is, though.
Yeah, I know
Now
what it
you
is.
and
Yeah.
you can
Yes,
do a little
and.
bit of that here.
Yeah.
So where's Ellis at this point? Is
So
Ellis
you
at
guys
the,
wanted Pope. This is Pope, and they're
Yeah.
fighting the occult. It's a cult
So-
Pope.
It sounds great.
Where is Ellis at? Ellis, where are you?
I am.
It's a cult.
Yeah. I am busy with. I don't know why it hadn't occurred to me where I am. Hey, did you guys hear that little snippet of?
But that's what you got to think about is
okay.
where you're at. What are you doing? While I'm visiting Professor Eaton, are you at the college visiting? What's your professor's name?
I'm on the phone
With who?
with you guys. You guys have got me on a speaker phone back in the 30s.
I don't know. You're acting. You're. What is your character doing?
Well, what were you doing there, Mario?
Well,
Pointing at something.
I was pointing to this
That
my
bump
top
on it.
knot. My top knot.
Uh-huh.
So Ellis, what are you gonna do? So I've said what I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna approach?
Which of my characters is would be most likely to approach the group? The detective?
Well, your
Probably.
professor is already at the university.
Okay.
And
So-
he's
so I'm
contacting-
basically-
he's contacting your hero, the Viper. The cats
So I'm-
want something.
Yeah. They're this one is in the window, I think. There it is, way down the. Okay. Yeah. So maybe my guy is just arriving and being told by his professor friend that there's a meeting going on down the hall. So we're on our way there.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm talking to Eaton, and we're.
And who's with you? Who's there?
Well, my friend, and I can't even get rid of him. He's my little buddy. His name is something or other. I forget his name now.
Something or other. That's a peculiar
What
name.
is his name? Where is that stuff? There it is. I just closed the thing. Ellis characters. That is.
You might want to print that out to keep it handy.
Yeah. Keep it out in front of me. Mickey Sparks O'Rourke. He's a
Okay.
mechanical genius, so
The
he'll be a
kid.
big
kid?
hand by the time we get down to the.
That's the other guy, not the kid,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I've got 3 guys here that.
Besides
got-
the Viper, you mean?
Besides the Viper.
So the
And,
Viper is coming up to see his professor friend, who's invited him up as sort of a detective sleuth kind of guy. Is that
Uh-huh.
sound right?
Mhm.
And with the Viper, who's traveling with the Viper?
His friend Mickey Sparks O'Rourke, mechanical genius. We're all visiting Dr. Tom Thomas. And the other guy that's with us is Bob Bondo Borgum. He's a guide. That
Wait a minute,
I guess
Didn't you have a kid? Wasn't one of them a kid?
Well, this guy's named Mickey. Probably thought he was a kid. Yeah, he's a mechanical genius.
He's not a kid.
Okay.
At first you said he was a kid.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you gotta straighten that out. You
Okay.
gotta have your story straight.
I'll probably have to do drawings of them or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's an
I've done
idea.
drawings of mine.
You've done drawings of yours? Okay, well, I'll do drawings of mine. That'll solidify it.
If you
Yeah.
want, I can send you the official ones from the book.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Don't need them. I got mine.
You don't
Okay.
need them, right?
I'll do drawings then.
Actually, I'd rather
I'll-
not show them to you and let you do it free.
So I see.
Your imagination.
I'm in Professor Eaton's office, and I hear this group of guys coming down the hall, and I'm already a little unnerved. I forgot to mention, by the way, Mario, that it is a stormy night out. It's
You
early.
don't do that. You don't pick the nights. I do that.
No, I picked it. I picked a stormy night to go visit my friend.
Okay.
What's the weather like, Mario?
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It happens to be a stormy night.
Okay, excellent. But I'm on high alert anyway because I know
What you would do normally is say, "What is the weather like?" See, that's the kind of thing
Okay.
you do
Uh-huh.
with me.
Okay.
So I'm the setting of the world,
I
and
know.
everything else except your characters,
I
which
was trying to-
we do politic and agree on.
Okay, so what is the weather like, Mario?
Oh, stormy night.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I am on edge anyway because I know about this Black Star cult, and so
Does he have a sort of a phobia about storms?
no, but he knows that he doesn't know who's who on this Black Star. He thinks it's a cult, and he thinks they've been following him. Maybe he's
That's
paranoid.
possible.
Maybe he's not. And so I hear 3 people coming down the hall, and so I motioned to Eaton to be quiet, and I kind of cracked the door a little bit and look out, and I see 3. Is it 3 or 4? It's 3 people coming down the hall, and so when they get close,
Is the other professor with you or not?
Ellis.
What?
Are you-
I'm checking that we actually managed to get an audience here. D.
You got to answer that one.
Boomers talking to themselves. I don't know why they've made this live.
I don't know why.
Well,
you're all-
that's not a
Little snort.
boomer. Are you
I have no
boomer,
idea
Scott?
when does that
I
snort
don't
date
think
to?
that's
That was a
boomer.
minute ago. Yeah, a minute
That's
ago.
okay.
You're not a boomer, Scott, are you?
No,
Not quite.
No.
No, there's no not quite. I'm not gonna.
We're doing a role playing game.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we're doing a role playing game, or we're feeling it out because
This
I
is
am
the
a total
beginning.
newbie. They're
This is-
asking me like, "And what do you know, Ellis?" And it's like, "What? I don't know. I don't know nothing."
So,
So-
does that- I answer your question. It's a role playing game. We're working out the deep. We're just getting started, so it's not going super smoothly, but it's going fine.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Ellis has not quite embraced the spirit. I don't.
It's
But
about-
that's half of it is the social of it, right?
That's what I was going to say. That's
Yes.
what the bottom line is. Just the social function,
Hmm.
imagination. Have to use imagination.
I think when I draw them, I will probably I want to excite you guys with my drawings I do for it, and that will. And plus, I know that our first setting is a big visit at the university, huh? And that's where we debark for
That's
our
where you
little
guys are
adventure.
coming together. Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I hear these guys coming down the hall. So I
All right. Let me interrupt you one more time, Scott. Where are your other guys?
they are
That's
waiting.
me, right?
No, I have.
Oh.
I have. Besides the professor, I have 2 people.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, 3
Dickie-
people.
Besides okay, I got Oklahoma Smith, Professor Eaton, Dickie Green, and Jerry Buddy Robinson, and Dickie and Jerry are waiting. We rented a room in town there, and so we're kind of staying there.
What's
They're
Dickie's
there.
real name?
Richard. I don't know.
And what? Good. That's the kind of stuff you want. What is he again? What was his?
He was a
Ron-
cowboy.
Oh, the cowboy. Okay.
He was a cowboy, and he's a con man and a bootlegger.
Ah,
Incidentally, Oklahoma Smith was working with Cornelius Vanderbilt when he
Oh.
angled with the Black Cult,
Okay.
and they were in a plane with Torhaus. I can't remember how they got there, he destroyed the plane and jumped out the plane, and they managed to survive.
Oh, okay. Was I the one that jumped out, or did I surprise?
Everybody had to jump out. So
Oh, okay.
That was on the. Now, did you write that entire expedition bit of?
no, that's from a Cthulhu.
Okay, that is the
Adventure
Cthulhu
module.
thing. Okay.
Yes.
So
And we're gonna, that's general enough where what I did will still fit in, because they don't tell you what it actually is there.
Did you guys hear that little snippet where I turned on speech in the Mac? Could you hear that? Because I turned it on. It turns out that PDF, I can select it and listen to it. So I will do it the lazy way and actually have it narrated to me.
Why not? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah, but
pretty
the
cool. Speech
information-
is a nice
and-
little feature.
Don't worry about minute details.
Okay.
We're not going to get.
no.
upset.
The idea is there was this failed expedition.
So that's it. If you give me a quick synopsis, I'm good, huh? We got a failed expedition to the North Pole, and there was.
Well, that's just something that you
serious-
found out. That's the buzz at the university right now.
That's the buzz. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So
okay. Additionally, now the Viper, I have a little tidbit for the Viper, so he doesn't feel left out. Oh, look at this cat.
Gotcha.
He's hearing rumors through
Uh-huh.
the grapevine of some guy that the Doctor Who TV show is based on.
Ah.
And I guess now I'm going to go off character for a minute.
Okay.
One of the things I did was I took all the archetypes from fiction and fantasy, revamped them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
rebooted them, and
Kid bashed him.
Kit bashed them.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that would be a good name for a superhero, Kit Bash.
Yes. Yes, I like that idea.
Kid Bash. Anyway.
Kid bash. I like that. Yeah. That is very good. I like that. That's a great name. I don't think it's been used.
I'm going to keep
Kid
you
Bash.
surprised. So that, don't get too many doldrums. Don't fall
Okay.
into the doldrums. Right now we're just setting up the mode of play,
Mm-hmm.
the way we're going to do this. So I want to ask. All right. So you've heard of that. So that's something to keep in mind. And that, let's say that sparked a spark in the Viper's brain. He said, "Hey, that's like something I'd be interested in.
Mhm.
Something I'd like to look into that." So he's got that in his mind. Okay. You got the expedition. Now, if you read that just happened, and they're saying, well, it's going to take about 3 years to get everything together. They have to get the equipment. They have to line up shipping.
Mm-hmm.
They need airplanes,
yeah.
sleds, guides. We have a few guides. You guys have some guides. So that they could fall right into that thing. But that's not going to happen. They don't think they'd be able to leave for about 3 years. So that's going to be put on the back burner.
They need an expediter then. They need somebody with deep pockets.
Well, Oklahoma Smith had the patronage of Cornelius Vanderbilt, and he and Oklahoma Smith and the other fellow,
Professor Eaton. Yeah, they had a mine.
they located a gold mine somehow.
Uh-huh.
Yep. In Colorado.
You do know a psychic, though,
Oh.
through the professor who lives in the town nearby, and I'm going to have to go study as well. I'm forgetting which town is right next to the Miskatonic, but they're the closest town. Sorry about that. That's a detail I should have had.
Is there an actual Miskatonic that you can actually check this on a
No.
map? I didn't
No.
think so.
No.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It's probably right next to
I'm
Stephen
going
King's
to
house.
indoctrinate you with my fiction, and the nearest town is Hammock, Hamark, and that's probably where these guys live.
Okay.
The professors, I mean, they probably live there.
Okay.
Oh, because that's the university town's
Yes,
little housing.
that's right.
So I look out the door. I see these guys coming, but I see the professor, and they don't really look like, cultists. So I
Oh,
wait.
he's paranoid. You said he's a little paranoid.
He's a little paranoid, but I'm assuming the professor in Ellis's group looks
Where's Ellis's professor? Where is he?
Where is he? I guess he's still part of my entourage. We are still a tight little cluster right now, unless there's some reason they're breaking up for some reason.
Okay.
I don't think.
So then I would say they all congregated at the professor's house, and they're on their way to the university.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
And Scott's professor just stuck his head out the door and sees you guys coming down the hallway.
Okay.
Oklahoma Smith stuck his head out. He heard it, people coming, and so he sticks his head out.
Now,
And
go ahead. Yeah.
and he says, "What do you gentlemen want?"
Well, the
They don't say
professor's
anything.
there, so he knows the professor.
But I don't know that professor.
Sure you do. That you both work in the university.
Oh, the Oklahoma
Yeah,
Smith.
Oklahoma Smith
Oklahoma
is.
Smith is the one
Oklahoma
looking at-
Smith is looking out the door.
And I say, "What do you gentlemen want?"
That's kind of uppity.
I've got my gun, my hand on my revolver too.
Wow.
I
How does
forgot-
that-
He's a cautious fellow.
He's
You know
paranoid.
me. I'm
Yeah,
a
but
cautious
Overreact
fellow.
much? All right. So how
Yeah.
does the Viper? What does the Viper think about that? Some guy
The
cocking his
Viper is
gun on you.
aware of anybody that's got a gun. He can see their bodies.
Well, I
weight
can kind of stick my head out.
distribution.
You can't see my gun, but I say,
Oh, but I can tell your weight distribution
What do
just
you-
by
what
looking
do
at
you-
your head.
"What do you gentlemen want?"
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you don't say
so-
anything else?
Yes.
I don't say anything. Okay.
Well,
I'll
the
be quiet.
professor would speak up. The professor most likely.
Yeah, the
would say,
professor
well, I'm a
speak for
professor
me.
Here. Who are you, sir? Even though he's probably heard of you
My,
through the
my
other guy.
professor says we hear there's been news of we're here for the news update on the cult, or we've heard there's a cult involved, and that interests my friend very much here. He's had experience with them. In fact, I think he's got the scars to show it. There you go.
So I opened the door and I said, "Well, come in." I said, and when they come in, I asked Eaton, "Do you know these guys?" And he says, "Well, I know the professor."
Yeah, he knows the professor.
But I
Who's
don't
your,
know-
who's
I
your
don't know
friend?
Tell me what. Who said they had experience with them? The Viper.
Yeah, the Viper says my friend here's had the experience with this cult where you've told us about. Have you sent any note of a cult whatsoever?
What friend are you talking about?
The Viper is the friend of my professor guy who's
I see. So
accompanying
the
me.
professor is saying.
Yes,
this
he's
guy-
he's the mouthpiece thus
Okay.
far.
So
The Viper
why,
is
wait a minute.
stoic guy.
Why does the Viper? What kind of interplay did the Viper have with the cult?
He's had a little shootout with them in the past.
Do you remember what he was doing?
This
This is your moment here. This is
Yeah,
you came
yeah.
up with this, so now you got to
Yeah,
finish
he
it out.
He
But unless it doesn't work,
it was a hijacking of
Good.
a truck driver,
okay.
and he stopped to aid, and
What was in the truck?
he took yeah, that's the deal. What was in that truck? He was mystified, but he didn't like the odor. When he opened it up, the truck driver was already dead, and so his little probes into this cult they left behind. The one guy that died in his you know, while he was holding him by the neck and the scruff of the neck that died from the wound that the viper threw into him, explains that he's in this cult and that he will be dead due to having brushed or gone against the cult, and then he died.
That sounds like what I've heard about the Black Star.
Yeah.
You cross
I gotta
them,
stop that.
dangerous.
I'm at sea right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that.
I'm gonna give somebody an epileptic.
Where did this hijacking happen?
Just outside of Yonkers, wherever that is. I don't know.
Everything.
Where is the Viper based?
Where is the Viper based? I think he is one of those guys that's never far from Manhattan. So
Okay.
yeah, he's in Manhattan.
And where does Oklahoma Smith live? Which is sort of rhetorical, semi-rhetorical question.
I can't imagine.
He
Where
hates
in
hates
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Weird trivia about him.
That could be.
He's from Oklahoma, but he's kind of a wanderer. But
Right.
yeah, typically he's not near the big city. Typically he
Okay.
wanders, but right now he is. Right now he's kind of working as such as it is out of Boston.
Okay.
Out of Boston.
And
out of
they both have a small entourage, except
Yes.
for the professors who they are associated with because of this occult business that's going on.
So this is part of the challenge of RPGs is the flow over each other of saying, I'd like this to go this way and I'd like it to go this way, but then we agree on it that it goes this way.
No. The challenge is you embrace the character and you get into the character and you don't analyze it. You do it. You do, and you talk about what you're going to do.
Okay.
But again, and yes, you got lots of space to like extemporize, which you just did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was challenging, and that was fun, like improv.
Okay.
To extemporize. Yes. That made me say, what would the most typical drag me into the process thing be, I ran across a violent crime that these guys were involved with. That's why I'm here,
And
how long ago did this
happen? Excuse me, Scott.
Oh, sorry.
When you did that, when the Viper was apprehending or stopping this hijacking, the truck hijacking,
just sticking his nose in it, really. Yeah, go ahead.
He heard one of the
one of the guys. He killed the guy. He basically got cleared off because that's the easy way to treat a killing. Is to not be there.
You killed him while you were choking him. He said the black cult will get you.
Yeah. That's right. While he was dying,
cannot stop us.
Yes, that's right. That's the star. What, Black Star or
Black Star. That's what
Black
you heard.
Star. That's what I heard.
And you.
So that was definitely the Black Star that you were dealing with. How long ago was this?
It's recent news. I don't have ancient history when it comes to me being intrigued by stuff. I get on it. If there's a mystery,
I said
they itch
before
at me.
That the professors had seen mention as they were analyzing and slowly, going through these occult tomes, and they keep coming across the Black Star, Black Star.
And that's in ancient tomes.
Some of them are ancient, not so much ancient, more medieval. There's medieval ones. There are some ancient ones, but naturally, ancient ones are hard to come by. They're not, so they have copies of books that have been written at different times. Wait, does Scott make comics?
Yes.
Do you know who Blood and Tears is, Scott?
I have no idea. Nope.
Blood and Tears. Feel free to tell us about yourself.
You could draw while you do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I once we get the hang of it.
My drawing stuff is in the other room. Next week I will.
You'll
I will next time. I will
Okay,
share
you-
the drawings I do of the 4 characters. Yeah, I'll
it's
do
two
that.
different parts of the brain. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, it is hard to talk and draw at the same time, as I've discovered while we're doing these things. Yeah.
So,
So,
so anyway, so the Viper and his professor. What's his name? Give me a name for you.
Tom Thomas.
Tom
Dr.
Thomas.
Dr. Tom Thomas.
Professor Tom Thomas.
His middle name is his nickname is Toons. You can call
And
him Toons Thomas if you want to.
we are. He contacted the Viper and said, when they contact each other as associates from some past thing, which you may have to improvise and write up how they met, what they were working on together. So is he the person I looked up?
So he is the person I looked up.
oh yeah, probably.
So, someone's looking you up, Scott. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mario.
You're a star. Oh, you do have followers on your page, right, Scott?
I literally found this
At a
stream
Richard
after
Corbin
looking-
video. Oh, so
Corbin
you're
video.
you're looking for Ellis.
Oh, Ellis did the Richard.
I
Corbin.
did the Richard Corbin color video. Yes. Thanks for finding me, Blood and Tears or Blood Tears.
Yes.
Yeah. He's probably wanting trivia about comics, and here we are, deep into a role-playing game about the.
Look for
Let him
my
ask,
Black
if you ask a
Star.
question, answer.
I
it.
dig
You
it.
have any-
I'm already digging it, though.
You have any
I-
questions there, Blood, Sweat,
Blood
and
Tears.
Tears?
Blood Tears. You got any questions? Let's see. Here we go. Oh shit! I didn't even notice. My bad. That's all right. Yeah, I've done comic books before too. Me and Scott are both comic book artists. Mario is a comic book artist. He's a writer and an artist himself. We are artists, and we are discussing RPG. Just getting our feet wet at engaging in a Call of Cthulhu inspired.
Ellis is. Mario and I played tons of role playing.
Yes, Scott and Mario are old vets, and I'm kind of starting to dig it. I've had my
Baptism.
creativity. Yeah, it's been activated. He says that's cool.
Okay, so if you,
I
if you
added
have
the
more
enthusiasm.
questions, Blood,
Yeah,
please, ask
Mr. Tears.
We'll be happy to talk to you.
He says, anyways, I'm just checking in. Yeah, you don't have to feel like it's an interactive thing.
Well, we've been going over an hour, so we're about.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, so
We're done,
that
guys.
we got to start there. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
we did
bringing
get
it
a
up.
start.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm glad Ellis.
He says he'll come back later if we're still on. No, we're signing off with you, Blood Tears.
We do it every Thursday. Then.
Yeah, we do it every Thursday. I will try to do more content. Like I've been trying to kick myself and do more content, like you saw with that Corbin thing. We're all Corbin fans here too. Probably me and Mario more than Scott, but
Yeah, I like Corbin. Okay.
yeah,
But
He's one of the greats.
yeah, he was. Yeah, me, Mario, and Guillermo del Toro are the Corbin fans here.
he's not on the.
He's not on the podcast. He's lurking. He's lurking.
He's under my desk.
So
Yeah.
Mario, do we need to do anything to prepare
Well,
for next week? Or just-
You can do some backstory, like Ellis said he's going to do that.
I'm going to do the
Okay.
paintings. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Just a little small histories, just so you have some backup stuff in your head.
Let's make sure we all have all our cast of characters that I can, impose my will on your notions of yourself.
I'm going
Yeah.
to print out your character sheet so I have them physically, so you don't have to interrupt
Okay.
change the screen and go to the.
I
you
may
print them
just.
out-
Okay, that sounds
you print
good.
them out, you keep them handy, and you
Okay.
keep them with your dice.
Yeah.
You didn't have to roll dice tonight.
Didn't roll dice today.
You almost had a fight there.
Yeah. We did when
Yeah.
we
I
opened the
was
door and
trying.
said, "What are you doing there?" Yeah, and you had a gun.
I was feeling
He was
jumpy.
on edge.
Yeah, you were on edge.
I was on edge. Yes.
But the professor was on edge or
No,
Oklahoma
just
Smith?
Oklahoma Smith. He's
Okay,
always
Okay, that's going to be his snakes.
Okay.
That's going to be his storms
He's
are the
paranoid.
snake to Oklahoma Smith. You can make a note of that, please.
okay.
Okay.
if there's a storm, he's going to be a little off. Like
Okay.
minus 10, 15% on different.
Every time it thunders, yeah, he
Well,
jumps a
he's
little.
local,
He
he's from
twitches.
Oklahoma. He's used to bad weather. And
Yeah, he's been carried away by a tornado before.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You know,
we'll-
now, do you get to say that's right, or does Scott get to say that's right
about what?
about being carried away by a tornado?
I
I
wouldn't try to add that. I would leave that up to Scott.
Yeah, leave it up to Scott. Yeah. that's what I
Well,
thought.
he-
That's
he's
something
been
that could
bad.
happen.
Yeah.
So
he hadn't been to Oz, but he's been to some bad ones.
that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
interfere. I was in Oklahoma for 12 years. I only saw one forming. I never saw one hit the ground.
Yeah.
You
I
probably
hope,
seen
I,
it,
ho-
right?
I
You
hope
guys
to
have.
never be in the vicinity of one. Yeah.
Right. They have them up here too.
Well, we were touched by one, and I saw it in the backyard, and man, I'm surprised it didn't uproot the trees. It was really crazy. But
Nature.
that was just, we were on the periphery of what was really going on. Anyway, that's neither here or there at an hour, 10-minute thing. I guess we are ending,
Okay.
aren't we? Is it time?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And we will do more work on this. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
well,
guys.
my
Everybody
pleasure. Thank
say
you.
goodbye to everybody that
Bye-bye.
checks us out. They may
you.
find